12. It's Gemini. Today is what you call a moon day. The day is ruled by the moon, influenced by the moon. So it's also what we can say, being a moon day, being the 4th, we can also say that the moon is in Virgo. So it's a Monday, and the moon is in Virgo, in the 6th house, and the sun is in Sagittarius. Now, being a Monday, and having the moon in Virgo, so the Virgo will be the 6th house, or what you call the Mary Immaculate energy, another thing in the Bible. So we are going to turn this into men. So instead of it being a Monday, we are going to turn a Monday into exactly that. Today will be Men Day. So we'll be taking the Moon Day. Man is all about the feelings, but we'll be going against that. We'll be talking about the man. So we'll be talking about the divine masculine. So shout out to everyone in the comments, and to begin with, I like to ask you something, so you can say this in the comments. Who is your role? Whom do you admire in life as a man? Is there that one man who you admire in your world? So if there's a man you admire in your world, you don't even have to think about it before you even start thinking, is it my father? No, you don't even have to think. So you can comment in the comments below on the man that you admire for whatever qualities, because what you'll be doing, you'll be adding to that energy also. So is there a man that you admire in your life? This can be a father figure. So whatever they are, I don't care who they are. You can comment in the comments the men that you admire and the qualities that maybe they have. Shout out to Derawamoagi. So a few years back, we had what we call the Beijing. So we had the men go to a forum in Beijing. And when they went to this forum, the initial plan was a very beautiful plan, because the plan was to empower, that is the word they used. The word was to empower the woman so that they could have equal or almost the same opportunities as the men in life. Let me respond to a comment here. So this is not a comment, a text. So this was okay. I just remembered what this is. Just remembered we have a consultation. So the Beijing forum for the women was a very good forum. It was very positive for the women, because it was to upscale the woman or bring or uplift the woman to have equal say in the society. Before even go very far, that was the initial plan for the Beijing. It was to have or to give women a voice in society when it comes to making decisions. Now, after the Beijing thing, what happens is that man started being demonized. So men, we even had musicians, the Kikuyu musicians, coming up with even songs. Aromene nyamo, nikwario siaragio, kujira ne onyeda, and all that. May she rest in peace, wherever she is. So out of that came all this animosity towards men. Men are dogs. Okay? So all of a sudden, we had, shout out to Key, we had the women. Remember, we were supposed to have the Trinity, aka man working with the woman. But after that, now we had the woman attacking the man. So right now, when you fast forward to the age we are in, we have a very wounded masculine man. So the wounded masculine man, we have now given them a name. We have called it toxic masculinity. Shout out to Shining Star for the roses. So the wounded masculine, instead of us understanding, oh, we have a wounded masculine, we called it toxic. So toxic masculinity was demonized based on what you call the patriarchy system, whereby you have the man as the patriarch system. So the Beijing story was about having equality when it comes to opportunities. And to be really honest, a divine masculine is a very beautiful thing. It's a divine thing to be a father madam, like Jegawa Mutaka. Now, I asked you in the comments, you can comment on anyone who you admire as a man. If there's no one, you don't have to comment. Because if you don't comment, it means you have no one that you admire as a man. And it's also okay. Because you don't also have to admire these men. If the men are falling, they don't have to be admired. So it's also okay. Don't type that you care about a man just for the sake of the video. Kawanjiro25, shout out to Kawanjiro25. So now, we are going through a time where we have circumcision going on around our community and the other communities. So circumcision is a rite of passage. Circumcision is initiation. In fact, we should stop calling it circumcision and call it initiation, where now we have boys becoming men. But I have a question. So once you cut the penis, once you carve the penis of a boy, does that make him a man? Because that is the question. So once you carve his dick, once you go to the boy's penis and you cut around it, you remove the foreskin, does that make the boy a man? Because we have to understand the spirituality of what we are calling initiation. Because what boys need is to be initiated. And shout out to the men who have finished the program that we had. I had a program that was going on for 3 months. So it was ending this week, whereby there were just 6 of them. They disappeared for 3 months. One of them is a taxi driver. The other one has his own business. And the other one is in campus. So they disappeared for 3 months. That was 90 days. Not disappear like go live, but they changed. I didn't even tell anyone about this. It was just between me and the 6 men. They just finished last week. So it was about them changing, disappearing, changing their habits. They were reporting every 3 days in their group on their opportunities. Okay? And right now, I don't know why this fool keeps calling me when I'm live. He knows that I'm live. And he keeps calling me. And that's how you know he's a demon. Because what this is showing me is that he doesn't care. He wants to work with me, but he doesn't really care to know what I do because he knows I go live. So for him, he only wants to connect with me based on what is going to get away from me and nothing more. That is Andrew. So fuck you, Andrew. Demon. Ndio mnaitanga kenyushte. Anyway, back to the live. So now he has taken, you see how demons do now. Now he has taken me totally out of track, and that's even how you get confirmation that by that person just interfering with your life, you even can't even get back to the life. Like he totally takes, and this is what I'm talking about. Now this is someone who's wounded. His masculine is wounded. Okay? So this wounded masculine, now people started calling it toxic masculinity. But to be masculine in its own way is a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing when you're around a man who is nurturing. It's a very beautiful thing when you are around a man who is all about expansion. It's beautiful to be a man who cares about his health and your health. So it's not just drinking and lying in the ditches na vitu kama hizo. It's beautiful to have a man who is confident in himself, the way he carries himself in front of people. Not someone who cannot speak in public. And I'm not saying it's easy to speak in public. I'm just giving an example. It's beautiful to have a man who understands the care energy, what you people you call love. There's nothing like love. What we have is what you call the care energy. It's beautiful to see a man in his strength. I don't think there's anyone in this world, whether it's a child or a woman or any other man, who likes seeing men who don't have those kind of qualities. It's beautiful to see a man who's mystical, a man who moves in mysterious way. Okay? And all these things are the things that the children, your boys, should be learning before they turn into men. So carving their penises does not make them men. Now, you going and doing that, but it's actually not that. So shout out to those men, aramatia thigira, morogo wa kimari, na othe mareka magongona mau. But the boy child, kurutwo gikonde, iyo tiyo initiation, riu tiyo irua. That is circumcision. So the mego, or to have the foreskin taken from the boy, does not turn the boy into a man. There are other qualities, and these qualities are not learned when you take the boys kigada. Matiradi kumenyera ku kigada gutuika arume. No, this starts from home. Onagirua na asokerwo tutuma tamau. The fact remains, he's not going to become a man just because you took away his foreskin. Divine masculine starts from home. And one of the ways that men become masculine, todo wedo ogerua wokira thoguo ganagu kaguo. So if your father is useless, if you have a deadbeat father, onoruo no thiuruire ya matia thigira, ona tuwikira igongona na tuke to televise, because it is only the Kikuyus who televise their rituals. Gikuyu nikio kioyaga video, mwana wani ndakurathima, ndakwira baba wanyu agika. Oh, that is shenanigans. Nikie mwika tamarurire magi mataruaga. All these other 42 tribes, ona ni mari irua. They don't advertise it. Gikuyu nikio ki advertise irua. Muganga aki-advertise muganga kutoka Tanzania ukona irua ria Mugikuyu kutakuwa na boy circumcision kanisa fulani. So you have taken the spiritual side of irua and you have replaced it with what you call pseudo. Ogeda guthoma muno ara mathomete muno ngiari horo wa pseudo, ndiari horo wa pseudo, pseudo accounts indo ta icio. Yani we have replaced our initiation irua with pseudo initiations, marua ma kanitha, garbage. Okay? Because when the boy goes there, all they are going to take is his foreskin. Gwiciria ndio gana kanitha daga igikuwe goda ici na makoni ora monire Bible-ini mundu etitio tukonde twa andu makirua. Ndio gana that is the reason magicoketi irua kanitha hihi metereire muthenya umwe makero marehe ikonde na ngoni ora monete Bible-ini. Gwiciria nikio macokire irua kanitha. Gwiciria matiamenyaga. Gwiciria mathomire Bible makiona bring me 42 foreskins, sijui what makiona hiya. Tugicokia irua kanitha ngawe Ngai ni ari ukamuthenya umwe atwire tutwara ikonde or something. You know, I make fun of anyone, I don't care. Moon in Leo. Now, so age marauga ni kwendia andu a cosmetics nicio moyaka lipstick na maundu mangi ta mau. No ndigwiciria tukonde turi andu marutago. No gwiciria cia ruto cia kanitha no cihore ndo. Gwiciria no cihore bucket. Anyway, that's beside the point. So the initiation or the spiritual side ya irua has been replaced with what we are calling pseudo rituals. What do I mean by pseudo rituals? Pseudo rituals mean the rituals you are doing are pseudo. They mean nothing. Itogoretio ni athuri a kanitha pastor. Koguo hatire wisdom enayo. Wabere ni murumiriri. Wabere ni follower. So wabere ndai na direction. Ni wa gutongorio. So mundu wa gutongorio mundu tai na masculine yake ri. This is a man who is not nurturing. This is a man who is not regenerating. This is a man who has no expansion, no arire muhothiro ya heo kanitha. arihagirwo nyumba ni andu ekagirwo maundu mothe ni kanitha ni mutungatiri. So this is a man who has no strength yake ndakona hinya no aguturia maru ni weak. Hindi ciothe turagie maru pigeni maombi tuombe uratura turie maru tuhoe handu twire tukire tucenjie thirikari ire ikuo ngano twire tukire twiki ati migunda uratura tuhoe weak men. So these men have no confidence. Matigota witana as church leaders hold anything. They need the government because they're in bed with the government. So these men have no love. The men in the church have no love. That we know. Otherwise, if you had love in the church, gutigikona andu makomaga street-ini, ugithio kwa andu acio makomaga street-ini, ukamareka makome kanitha. Tondu kanitha ni Sunday peke yake. Sunday twakinya guka gwika ati tugathambia Saturday tukahoya kuo tondu Ngai wanyu mukimuhoyaga o kiumia tu mathaa matatu. Twarikia kuruta tithe na manage mau mangiri, andu mainuka reke andu maikare kanitha. You have no love. You are not mystical in any way, shape or form. So these are what we are calling pseudo rituals. So the most important aspect to nurture what you are calling the divine masculine or for initiation. Na nikionaga boys magithi ku join gangs, ukaigwa makiita bogi genge. Sisi ni bogi genge because they are looking for an identity whereby now they can leave their boyhood and go into manhood. And there's a difference. Tikuga ati mwanake or a boy atuika a man nyagiro negotigana na gana neglect what you call the boy child. No, you do not neglect the boy child inside you. However, you become what? You become a man. Now, what do I mean by neglecting the inner child? The inner child in a man is the playful boy. This is a man who's willing to go on adventure. So this is a man who's going to take you for buggy jumping. This is a man who's going to take you for paragliding. This is a man who's going to take you to the forest. This is a man who's going to take you camping. This is a man he's a curious man. He's a man who would like to know how to fish. Okay? So the inner child, when it comes to the man, the inner child is what we call the inner boy child, who is very playful. This is a man who's adventurous. He's going to put you on a plane and take you on a holiday. So that is how you recognize these things. The curiosity in the man, the playfulness in the man is going to take you to a golf club and pay for the golf club for you. Okay? Tutirauga ati mwanake arua atige no he, ucio tiguo he. That is the inner child. But we are saying that kahiga kakarua re, to embrace manhood, he has to be initiated. And initiation in a lot of communities, nisio muonaga ciana ciekiragwo thuraku, agekirwo guoko thuraku, areo ni thuraku, aigweruo. And a lot of people are going to say this is trauma. No. When these things are done spiritually, there's no trauma. This is the same energy, or this is the same approach that people who use magic mushrooms have. When you are going to have a shamanic guided trip, what you are going to do is that you are going to face your traumas, you are going to face your demons, you are going to see things you have never seen. Mother. So, since you have a shaman guiding you, it is not trauma-based. When you come out of that, you come out of it. So, taruge in the Kikuyus, okay, when I don't know how strong they are. That is on the physical part. But you have three worlds. We need you strong spiritually, physically, and mentally. So your boys maradi makarua. One thing first, they are not strong physically. Marere tona indo mid. Meirua maumagana whatever. Marahiuherio na mogate. Yeast. Remember, bread is nothing but yeast. Yeast is a hormone. The same hormones they are spraying in the air. Your boys eat foods that have soy additives. So your boys are very feminized from the beginning. So your boys ni madhi marua. Maeda gothi into manhood. No ginya that manhood. Matigeota go sustain. They cannot even have sex for more than 30 minutes. Maximum. And there's someone who's in their teens, 18, 17, 16, because of the diet on what they are eating with all these sugars that you have in your kitchens. Everything is a plan. So they are not strong spiritually. Since Magedikorua, you went to the church, you left your spirituality, so none of you is teaching these boys to be strong spiritually. So the ritual part of circumcision, or I don't even like calling it circumcision, because circumcision, anyone can get circumcised. You can get circumcised at 5 years old, so it's nothing. I'm talking about initiation. Boys' initiation is lacking to the point in Kenya. The only people now tunaweza sema wamefanywa initiation ni yule kijana yote amejoin youth, National Youth Service. Kwa sababu nini? Atakuja na kamaturity fulani. Anyone who has joined the police force, kwa nini? Atakuja na kamaturity fulani. Anyone who has joined the Kenya Air Force, kwa nini? Atakuja na kamaturity fulani. Okay, wetu kiwatiri, Jesse sikoragwo na hadavu, Jesse ne discipline. No. It's not Jeshi. It should be every man who has been initiated should have those qualities of being a disciplined man. Not quick to react. Wanaume ambao sio kama mabinti. Hatufai wanaume wanakaa mabinti. But this video is specifically to sanitize the boy child. I'm not even beating the boy child. Okay? It is important for the boy child to understand how to face their fears. The boy child needs to understand how to be stable. The boy child needs to understand how to be protective. The boy child needs to learn strength, not just on the outside, but inner strength. To have unfavoring faith in themselves. Simu watu wakukuja anaambiwa kwa sababu kanisa imesema anakubali. Au kanisa imesema tudungwe, twende tudungwe. You see the problem? Men are not thinking for themselves. So we have a generation of men who are supposed to be leading the women. Na tugaga siadu wa dogoria stikinya nyeki. So these men who are limping all the way down to your presidents, because that is also a wounded masculine. Whenever you have a president who's a tyrant, we have seen kings who are tyrants, tyrant energy. It is always me wanting to be in control. As long as I can shake weight to the white people, it is my way or no way. So that is a wounded man. So even your president is a wounded boy, a wounded masculine. And every time you have a wounded masculine, you lose. Shout out to Suluhu in Tanzania. A woman leading better than a man in her feelings. Shout out to Suluhu. Now they have electric trains. Now it's easy to work in Tanzania. Na vitu kama hizo. Now, nyinyi na maendeleo yenu mewafikisha wapi? I just saw today in the news. I have been telling you, carbon tax is coming. Hey, the global warming, carbon tax is coming. Your fuel has been increased because of carbon tax. Yet, in Africa, you are not generating any pollution. Tuseme hata ni carbon tax. Let's say we don't have a problem with carbon tax. Who's supposed to be paying? China. The industrialized companies should be paying carbon tax. CCC Africa, we have enough forests to be covered, but we are the first people to experiment. Shout out to you Africans again, slaves in your melanin. It is always you who they practice everything. They come and experiment with you. Tuberculosis. They come and experiment on you. What do you call that stupid disease that does not exist? Tetanus. They come and experiment on you. Digital. Mapping of children. They come and experiment on you. Carbon taxes. Everything is with you. All the way to hizi pikipiki za stima. Ni experiment. They don't work anywhere else in the world. Africa ndio garbage point. Because you have wounded masculine in leadership. Now, back to the life. So, the divine masculine is a beautiful thing. Only if people can understand it. The thing is, you do not understand what it means to be a divine masculine. Because there's all these words, bad words that you use, okay, of toxic masculinity. So what we have today is perception. We have a perceived manhood. We perceive our men to be men on face value. That is perceivedness. That is not who they are. So we have a perceived manhood whereby it's like that, but it's not that. We look at the men like that is how men are supposed to be, but that's not it. And this, the reason, on Monday we talk about emotions and feeling. The reason why we even talk about this is because I know someone, nowadays I don't even like calling people my friends. I know someone who was under my mentorship. Let me just say that. And then he was so mothered by the mother, because I remember we even had a discussion when his mother had come to visit him. So I went to his apartment. Mamake alikuwa amekuja kumtembelea. So akaambia mamake, this is Richie, body by Richie, you work with him in the gym, blah blah blah. The mother is like, oh yeah, nilikuwa amekuja kuona Derek. Oh shit, I said his name. Fuck. Shout out to the mother. So the mother is like, oh, I came to see him, blah blah blah. And nilikuja jana usiku. Hata nilikuwa nimemwambia siwezi enda kama sijakuona, umefanya vizuri kuja kunisalimia. Now remember, this woman, the mother to the young man, came a sleepover kwa apartment ya huyu jamaa. This guy had a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay? So being a 2-bedroom apartment, when he had girlfriends in his house, he had a steady girlfriend. At that time walikuwa wamekosana. So if we went to his house and if you clicked with another woman or another girl and you needed maybe to shag, he would lend you one of his bedrooms to go and do the business. Now, so when the mother came and I went to his house and the mother was like, sasa nataka kuenda na hata nimeita the boy called I call him a boy. The man boy called an Uber for the mother. So before the mother left, mamake akasimama, ni wa mama wa kuomba, akasema nataka tuombe. So mimi I have no masters. So mimi sikutoa kofia. So mamake aliombesha tukaboeka. The mother, these are the women who pray for 15 minutes, eh? So the mother is just praying. Me, I'm just seated there. I'm thinking, should I just take my phone and start looking at anything or whatever? The mom she's praying, but unaweza fikiria Mungu atakuja saa hiyo. She's a prayer. I think ndio anaitangwa prayer warrior or something. So after she was done and the Uber left, I told him, I said, man, your relationship with your mother is very calling. The way your mother is mothering you, you have to do something about that. You cannot be that child. Now, fast forward to today, because we drifted apart because, of course, he was not listening. He's a boy. And Munjiro called me in the morning. I said, hey, look at your friend. I said, what is happening? Aibu muone ako kwa kitanda, ameletewa birthday cake, na amenunuliwa viatu na girlfriend yake. This is very bad behavior for a man behaving like this. Kamwambia hebu nione juu siwezi muona kwa Facebook yangu. Ako kwa ile Facebook ya kitambo ya 7 years ago. On the other 5 channels ayuko. So nikaenda nikaangalia picha. Nikamwambia, you see, this is a very unhealthy masculine, because we're supposed to be seeing pictures of a man gifting a woman a birthday cake in bed and gifts, not a man shirtless in bed ati anapewa gift na girlfriend. That can happen, but it should not be for our eyes. But also understanding that the woman here in question is the one who's funding everything. Tunaweza understand here ni Ben 10. However, he is so demasculinized, okay, that he is doing it now in the feminized way. So the feminine, the lady, is now the boss, while him, the boy, has reversed the roles. Someone can pin my number. Now, Too Slick is hijing. I require your assistance. How can I reach you with thanks? Someone is going to pin my number there. You can WhatsApp me on my number. So, no one is talking about the healthy masculine energy that is still out there. Because it's not that we don't have healthy masculine energy. It's still out there. But no one is talking about it. Okay? Because you see what is happening. Men who are wounded, men who have a wounded masculine energy, they are always looking for control. And for them to gain control, it means they have to control people, external. So that is even why men abuse women, because they want to be in control. Like your president, he's a tyrant. Okay? So they have what you call, they are lacking that masculine energy, that mature masculine energy is lacking. So everything has to be about control. Munapigia nani kelele? Munapigia nani kelele? Like, this is a man who cannot have anyone speak or tell him anything. Okay, he's a tyrant. So this is a man, nitawafinya, he has no empathy. Okay, this is a man who's like, someone, I saw a clip where someone was telling him, I think a pastor was like, tunakurumbianga sana na campaign. He's telling the pastor, we wachana mimi, hii kitu meipanga. Like, he is so detached from being a healthy, a masculine. Shout out to Rebro Muiriri. Shout out to you. I cannot teach you anything new. I'm just reminding you. To the point now, it's even showing. So before that tufike hapo, we can ask ourselves questions. Also, what are the qualities of masculinity? First of all, how do you view yourself? By yourself. And this has got things to do with the boy, how the boy is growing up, you know, the psyche of a boy when he's growing up in a family, because that is what determines how that boy sees himself when he grows up. I'll give you an example. When you see a white boy, the confidence that they have as children, I hate to use them, but I have to use them because they are more advanced than you when it comes to spirituality, but where they understand. The Caucasoids or the white people, when you look at their children, they have so much confidence in their children. The boys have so much confidence. Mtoto anaweza kuja akiwa na 8 years, akuongelesha mpaka usindwe. We unatumia kijana yako 16 years old in a teenager. Mko mahali mmeenda kukula KFC, pengine kikombe imeisha, unamwambia enda pale uitishe kikombe. Kijana yako anajifanya hajasikia. Unamwambia, "We Mwangi, nduthi gakombe kage hale." Anaangalia mamake. Mamake anamuuliza, "Nini urarora ithe ndwatũmwo nĩ baba wanyu?" Anaendelea kukula na Mwangi ndũgĩre, ndiretigĩra. He's 16. He's 18. He cannot even go to the counter and demand a cup, a plastic cup. I do social experiments. Na nanga saa zingine nakaa chini. KFC, Domino's, wherever, and I just observe. I'll go order a drink, naitisha maji, or tea, or dawa, or whatever, and I just sit and observe as a social experiment, because you have to be self-taught. You don't need books to learn life. You have to go outside and sit for yourself and learn for yourself. Learn from God. God is all possibilities. God has no body. So God is going to use other people's body. God will come to you as a child. God will come to you as a woman, a man. God will come to you as a person, place, or thing, because God is neither physical nor metaphysical. God is nothing. So you can learn from anything. Don't learn from books. Don't learn from someone. Go outside and learn for yourself. So I go and I sit and I observe our African boys and the lack of confidence that they have. And then I'll compare with other children, Indian children, also not most of the boys in Indian, but the white boys. And when I look at them, I see how they view themselves. That white boy views himself as the conqueror. It doesn't help that the media is also portraying the same thing. We are going to have an also a nigger go and kill everybody. We are going to have a white character go to Somali and kill everybody. We are going to have a white character in a movie shoot everybody and win. So regardless of the mental witchcraft being played on you, when it comes to the real life, the qualities of a masculine man in black child is lacking, because we have taken away the initiation period. Okay, just in one of the guy who I took through the initiation is in the comments. Okay, however, they are not supposed to talk about this until another after 3 months. Watakuwa meenda for good 6 months. And they don't even have to say whatever happened to them. They can express it in their places of work and they can teach it to young men. That's how you coach people. So it is lacking more so when it comes to initiation, because initiation comes with learning the skills, strength, physical. Okay? No man can claim to be divine if they do not take care of yourself. If you're not taking care of your own body, your own self, if you are overweight, if you have a drunken problem, if you have traumas, addictions that you cannot get rid of, you can never be in your divine masculine, because you have to practice self-care for you to be in your divine as a masculine. There's no divine masculine without self-care. You have to learn to take care of yourself before you take care of others. You cannot take care of your wife and children if you're not taking care of yourself first. So if you're unhealthy, you will die. And you're going to leave your wife for us. And you'll be fucking your wife when you're dead. And your daughters. Okay? So you have to take care of your health unless something happens. You have to take care of your emotional strength. So you have to either join a gym, you have to look for like-minded people. And a man is known for what he leaves behind. You can be a millionaire all you want. We can only talk about you after what you left behind. And we are not talking of assets. Since Jenga Karume alikuwa na assets na zote zimenunuliwa na Uhuru. So it's not assets. It's the name. What did you leave behind? What legacy? Did you pay for children's school fees without telling anyone? And then when you are dead, we see a family come and say, mzee, alinilipia shule mpaka college. People are like, what? Alikuwa analipia watu university. This is what you see the white men doing. A white man is going to sponsor children in Africa mpaka wamalize shule university. Hautaisikia akisema, unless the children themselves now they come and say, this man did this for me. That is divine masculine. You have to be mystic. Si kukunywa Maltel na Jameson. There's no glory. Kukunywa kitu naenda uko joy. And I'm not for against alcohol. I have alcohol. My alcohol cabinet, upper, I have collector's alcohol. I have old whiskey that I collect. I also drink. I also make my own alcohol. You saw my book on alcohol. My spouse has become really good at making wine at home. Okay? Now, right now, as we are speaking, I have whiskey. I'm brewing whiskey, my own whiskey. So it's not about even drinks. It's about being mystic. So the initiation of a boy child into a man child has to go through what you call initiation. These boys need to feel that they belong. They have to feel that they have left from being boys to men. Not just by looking at their penises, and their penises look like now they are not covered. That's not a man. We need men who are in touch with the divine, the spiritual side, strength, okay? Mental strength, men who can make decisions. Si kuuliza bibi tufanye nini hapa. Kitu ikihappen kwa hey, tuweke hata ya leo, unauliza bibi tuweke hata ya leo alafu sasa. Gari something small on the road happens. Or you park the car on the side, you don't even try to Google why does a car stop. Kitu ya next numetoa simu. Hello? Wewera ruo kwa ya duthie. Gari ni yarugama ko. Ndeya akija beguthi yana ikuruwe. He ruo weka atia man. Ru na wigitengera ru Okatu nitogoweterera. So you are waiting for a mechanic atoke Kitengela akupate kijabe. Na pengine ni fuse imeachilia. Because you don't even have the mental strength to think, to Google, just Google what happens when a car stops. The first one itakuambia check kama uko na power. Check kama terminals zimeshika. Vitu kama hizo. So we are raising boys. So we have boys in men, or wounded masculine in men bodies. Men who have no qualities to be in the masculine energy. And like we said, it's very beautiful to have masculine energy. Every woman would love to have a man who's masculine. When you understand the psychology of a boy when he's growing up, a boy is always looking at the father. He wants to be like his father. Ukidress and address kama wewe, he's looking forward to you. But after initiation, if there's no initiation, and sometimes these boys have to go through pain. And pain, to get to heaven, you have to go through pain. Because that heaven eventually become a hell if you don't learn how to go there. AKA, that which you love ends up killing you. Eventually, that is the paradox of life. That is the alpha and the omega. When you are doing alpha and omega, ni kusema nini? It means to go to heaven, you have to go through pain. And that is why even initiation, it used to be painful. And I'm not saying that we need initiation that we have that has pain. No. Take your boys, let them get cut with anesthesia and everything. But they need to be initiated through pain into manhood. What do I mean by pain? They need to learn how to make painful decisions. That is what I mean. Sometimes you have to make a decision that does not involve your emotions because it is for the sake of the whole family. Sometimes this boy has to go against the mother because it is for the sake of the country and the future. And shout out to all the divine men out there. Shout out to all the Madam Father. Now, these disappearances of the rituals of initiating boys into manhoods is what is affecting us now. Because now, remember, this boy, the psychology of a boy is to explore, is to be playful, that is the psychology of a boy. However, we need to take that boy psychology and turn it into a healthy masculine where we don't neglect the inner child, but these men now have to see themselves as heroes. That is why in the movies we have heroes. Okay? That is why when you are watching Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. So a boy has to go through that initiation into manhood to go and face his fears. You see, when they're doing these movies, they are not doing them as movies. For you, it's entertainment. But you're supposed to see that movie as the lesson that that movie carries. That this boy is now a man. He has to go and avenge his father. Because your father is going to die one day. And the people who fucked up your father, his businesses and everything, you have to go and take over that kingdom. So you have to have the nurturing inside you to go after that. And if you don't have the strength, then familia yako itasahaulika katika kaburi la sahau. And the only way that men or boys can learn how to step up into their divine masculine is to leave that boyhood behind. Ukiangalia movie za karate kung fu, unasikianga tazama, ni mwanzo wa kivumbi ambapo kijana ameamua ku revenge familia yao. Kijana anaenda anatafuta the masters, anaenda kwa milima, anafunzwa na kung fu master akona nywele nyeupe, anamfunza discipline. Keep your hands up. Don't drop the buckets. It's not a movie. You are teaching the boy child to persevere. That through pain, through sustenance, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Cheki maneno. Kijana anafunzwa that even when you are drunk, you can still step in your nature. Sometimes unaweza pewa kamvinyo, but you need to step into your natures, aka drunken master. Unaona movie unafikiria ni mchezo, anacheza na shadow monkey. And hiyo inaitwa shadow monkey ni the lowest animalistic states that they have to nurture, go through. Ati ametoa praying mantis. All those are the root chakra, the animalistic states that... So these movies are not movies. So for them, ni karate kung fu, they are showing their children how to be men. If someone does something to your father or your mother, an eye for an eye, you have to go and revenge. But for African, the black child, mulimpeleka kanisa. In church, ameambiwa, when you're slapped one side, you give the other side. That is the boy child you are raising. Wounded, masculine. Ndio maana saizi munafinywa and you can't do anything. Munaachia Mungu. But the same book is telling you, you are the gods. So which is which now? The book is telling you, you are children of God. But again, it's telling you, when you're slapped one side, you give the other side. But then you are God. Hata watoto wakichekelea mtu kipara, anawaua. Your God, huyo God unafuata, alikuwa anaua watoto for sins that they have nothing to do. Atiwe paka rangi kwa nyumba yako, the Mishnah, hiyo maneno yote, nitaua vijana wote. So, unashindwa. What is wrong with the man? The God you are following, anasema is a jealous God. Wewe unanyang'anywa shamba, unanyamaza. Again, broken masculine. Wounded masculine. Because unajua divine masculine will have taught boys to be men. Na nikiruaria nyuri ya horirwo. Your circumcision was not defeated for no reason. Your circumcision was overrun by the church as a weapon. Because they know that once you teach the boy child to be a man, the divine masculine, then they are not going to be controlled. But once you bring the church and you allow wounded boys to become men, then you have a nation that will go nowhere. So this video was dedicated to the 6 men who have finished their divine masculine class for 3 months. I see magnificent results with them. One of them was driving a taxi. Saizi ako na business yake. who is supplying ni vitu ndogo ndogo, but he at least is not just parked in the car kwa simu akingojea simu itane, ana supply to vitu. He has gone back to the gym, ana train hapo Kahawendani, a gym. He has never been to a gym before. Now he's a masculine mind. You can see the growth. Alikuwa ameachwa na bibi yake kwa sababu he was so demasculinized. The woman just woke up one day akatoka, hajai rudi. So I told him it's about time you left her. Kama mwaka mzima hajai rudi kwako, na alienda wapi? Ati alienda Karen. Sasa muache. So he returned the wedding ring to the... So it's about time. It's about time, because we speak a lot. It's about time that we heal the boy child. Masculinity is not toxic. No. Masculine is beautiful. To have a patriarchal society is very beautiful. But we need it balanced. The reason the women are saying men are toxic is because the men don't even know how to be a man. Men don't understand that it is beautiful to be nurturing. They don't know that. Anafikiria akiacha pesa ni hivyo. Haikuja umefanya homework umekula enda ukalale. So they think that is what a man's role is. Okay? Anakuja kwa nyumba. He's never talking about anything expanding. And you don't even have to expand in your own home. As a divine masculine, you can be a man, or you can be a husband to many wives. You don't even have to sleep with them, if you understand what it means in the Bible. You can be nurturing. You can have that care energy. But for you, it's not easy, because for you, the next thing you want is to have sex with that person. Okay? So you think having sex will solve the problem. You can be a man just by the strength you have. When other women look at you as the strength, the pillar you are, that despite everything being thrown at you, because they know, women know that you get attacked from all sides, you are still standing strong. Women can tell that you have love inside you, you have the care energy, you don't have to tell them that you love them. Ndio maana nilisema kwa comments, who is that one man that you admire? Lakini nimeona leo hakuna. When Diaseo is like, Lion King has the same story. Yeah, Lion King is an allegory. Lion King was very esoteric. It was very deep. And shout out to Diaseo, because she has seen that in the Lion King. Let me see if there's any question. Dayo Jabaito, shout out to KO or KP. Isaiah joined. How do you make these comments bigger now? How do you make these comments bigger? Anyway, forget about TikTok. I can barely see your comments. 111 says rite of passage. Shout out to 111. Shout out to Witches Whisper. On what were Isli. I see all my favorite witches in the house. Naona Mama Mzuri. Shout out to Mama Mzuri. Invite Perishajev. Sijui Perishajev. Maat. Anasema wanauziwa Tokonde watengeneze cosmetics. Shout out to Maat. Gigi is talking about HIV. Hi Jenga, if I require assistance, how can I reach you? With thanks. Oh, I sent Nyobaya Mobi. Okay, you can say hi. Adiko huti hawiyatuma. It was not intentional. Shout out to you. Aribaita, shout out to Idayo Jega. Abu Kenya Ajui in the house. Mwethetheria. Oriada Wuziro Kobi Gineana. Get stupid me. Jabi. Do you take boys from 8 years, Jenga? I don't have boys from 8. That's my daughter's age. 8. I haven't started with the 8 years old, because for that class nilikuwa na wasichana. I was concentrating more with the girls. So ile tulikuwa naenda fishing, it was more with the girls. Yeah, boys tunaanzisha, so that will start in what do we call it? New Year 2024. We'll have the boys. So even that one pia itakuja, because I'm working with an international school. You see, it's funny that hizi vitu baada ya tufanya na watu wengi, tuna approach yangu na international school, Turkey school, ndio inakuja kuniambia, can you come and mentor our boys? You saw me playing sijui kama muliona hiyo ingine, nilikuwa nimeenda kutrain waria, so vijana waria ndio nilikuwa nimeenda kuchezesha mpira. The school reached out to me, nikaenda kukua referee. Mnaita aje hiyo please? Mnaita aje hapo nini, what do you call that place? Mnaita aje? Arboretum. So you see, the people who are reaching out is the Muslim people, because they're also watching. It's not our people, because I remember that was 2021. I remember 2021 yenye ya boys nilianza, we went for 6 meetings, no one was coming. Kwa naenda nashinda hapo kwa uwanja na ngojea watu. When it starts, you are going to who is this Gigi? When I start the 8 years old, you know kama bado utakuwa unafuata. When you start with that will be next year around April. Around April, we'll have so much time because we'll have re-strategized everything. So around that time, we can start with the young boys for weekend. But I also have men, grown men, especially men from the age of 23, 24, all the way to 40. So that is the men I'll be working with. But the intake will be that time. As I start intake, I just finished with those 6 men. It was also a learning process with me, because we learn as we teach, or as we go through with them, we also learn, because they also helped me to realize so many things, because kuna vitu walikuwa wananiriportia, I'm like, we na akona discipline, amefanya hiyo. So I was also learning. So the next group will be bigger na vitu kama hizo, because your spirituality is not going to help you if you're not helping your people or your community. Kuna mtu amepiga hapa demon, wacha tusikie anataka nini. Nimwambie in the meantime, if you have anything to add, you can add on to that. Okay? If you have anything to add on to that, you can add. Aquinta. Asali nilitoa asali. I got honey from my beehives. I don't know where you are. You DM me, maybe unaweza pata leo. If I'm leaving the house, I can give you. Yingine nilipika nayo pombe. But I have another beehive very soon, ready to be baby for me, ready for me to get my honey. My beehives are the log beehives. I use the old log beehives because I also get to collect what you call propolis in plenty. I don't use the modern beehives, okay? The modern beehives is more commercial. It's more about exploiting the bees. And I'm not saying don't exploit the bees. Exploit anything you want, whether it's the bees. But when you're doing things esoteric, it's good to... Story for another day. Kindly talk kidogo about Chinese astrology, the friends and enemies. There's nothing like Chinese astrology, those are just locations. So, for example, the people in the West, when they look at us, we are to the east, Africa, the land where there's a lot of sun. So when they are looking at the astrology, so we are talking about the hemispheres, which side of the AM or the PM that you are on. So even when it comes to what you are calling the Chinese, who call the Mongoloids. So we are talking of phenotypes. When you talk of the Mongoloids, we are talking of the people in the eastern side. So they have their astrology. When you talk of the Caucasoids, we are talking of the white people. They have their own way of looking at the stars. When you talk of the Negroids, they have their new ways or their ways of looking at the stars based on their location. So it is the same star systems, but you are seeing them either from a distance or from a different hemisphere. So based on your interpretation, hiyo ndio inafanya tuite Chinese astrology, African astrology, the whites, whatever, Vedic, na hizo vitu. So it's not like ati hiyo ni special, no. It's the location. Ni sasa. Much love, Kanyonikaja. Should you stay away from your enemy sign? No, you don't have to stay away from your enemy sign. So what I can say, that's a very beautiful question, actually. That's a very beautiful question. What I can say is that we have what you call transits. that bring death. For example, during the Libra Scorpio time, the people who run this world, they like doing rituals that kill a lot of people based on the alignments of the sun. So you can say there are transits that bring death based on the people who are ruling your world, who are going to utilize their television sets to start a war, start hate, divide and conquer, so that they can do rituals that go their way. So we have rituals that come with death, or what you call transits. That's a whole video on its own. Mkitaka siku moja tunaweza sema about those kind of transit, because ni lazima ujue ni wakati mgani it's very easy for you to die, ni wakati mgani it's very easy for you to manifest, ni wakati mgani it's very easy for you to let go of something that you had, an addiction na vitu kama hizo. Those are the transits we are talking about. So don't stay away from your enemy sign. Your enemy is your friend. That's your strength. If you know something is not for you, that turns that thing into a strength. So learn how to transmute. Hiyo ndio kazi ya alchemist. So ukipata na alchemist, any alchemist who's going to doubt that you can transmute anything is not an alchemist. Because an alchemist understands how to turn a stone into gold as an allegory. So I understand that wewe mwenyewe, anyone has the capacity to be something, can become the next big thing and not look down on you like, I'm the alchemist. No, you are not an alchemist. You are a fake woke spiritualist. Na vitu kama hizo. Anyway, kuna mtu ameongea about the Lion King. I think it's Wendy Aseo. The Lion King, or what you call the Panthera or the Leo, inasemekananga ni species kwa familia ya Felidae. It is the king of the jungle, or the African pride, the land of the sun. It is a muscular, deep-chested cat with a short, rounded head and reduced neck and round ears. Sasa hapa tuko alchemy, not just speaking on terms. We are looking at the nature of man, animalistic. You can go and look for a book by Manly P. Hall called, what do you call that book by? It's a small book. Manly P. Hall is the Mason lecturer. Is the lecturer that the Masons really love. He was a Mason who was very big on lectures. Mason P. Hall ameandika The Occult Anatomy of Man. When you read The Occult Anatomy of Man, you understand why the Leo sign. We have to talk about the hair at the end of the tail of the lion. At the end of the tail of the lion, you a tuft of hair. We can say that the lion is sexually morphic. Weighs around 120 to 250 kilograms. There's a reason why it's 120 degrees or 120 kgs for a male lion. So when you're talking of a trine angle, 120 degrees. No, a trine is, 120 degrees. So when you're talking of Leo as a constellation, anyway, so that as an allegory when it comes to Leo constellation na vitu kama hizo, utai understand into depth na vitu kama hizo. So shout out to them. Hi Jeng, have you seen Dolores Cannon work? No, who is that? Is it a movie? Dolores Cannon. Dolores. I've never heard of that name. Shout out to Dolores. Dolores sounds like my deodorant. Dolores. Oh, amekuja. Dolores Cannon. Let's see who is this DC. Dolores Cannon. Oh, it's a white woman. Dolores Cannon. Let me see what it's about. This is she's live. This is the official YouTube channel for the Dolores, world-renowned author, speaker, hypnotherapist, and past life regressionist. Next to her 2014 in the recovery on lost knowledge and created, let me see her latest book reviews. Let me see her videos. Dolores. I can tell you if she's speaking sense by just back from England with Julia. Sheldy. Open mic with Julia. Open mic with Julia. I don't know who Julia is. Walter, evolution, stage happening during sessions, belief in healing. How people create illness. Yeah, if she's speaking like that, I can listen to her, but I don't have the time. Healing and causes of illnesses. Discuss demonstration causes. Okay, talk about awakening to her. She has a lot of videos. Manifesting, creating, 32, whatever she is, 3 ways, whatever she is. She's a big spirit. We are not biased when it comes to information. Sasa, we are not biased. BioGS, should you stay away with Jenga? No, I haven't. I've seen it now. By looking at her videos, I think you can get something from her. Because you see, you can learn from anything. There's some truth in a lie. So don't be biased. You can even learn from religion. Okay, be open-minded. Don't be close-minded. Ati siwezi learn kitu kwa mzungu. No. Don't be close-minded. Be open-minded. So you can learn from Dolores. I was doing some studies on it and noted most people didn't do well in their enemy year. She passed on, but she has some incredible work. Yeah, it looks like by looking at the headings on her titles, if the heading is what is on the title of the video, then I do believe she has something positive to say. You see, I believe in everything. I believe in everything, but I believe in nothing. So I believe in everything. Anything you tell me, I'll believe. However, I believe in nothing. AKA, I'm the observer. I have to observe, and I'm neither nor against, because I have my own mind. I have my own mind. And that's the most important thing, having your own mind. I'm the father, madam. Divine masculine, divine feminine. And we are getting there. Okay? So now you can ask your questions. When I was in the middle, you were trying to ask questions on Osni. So you have like 14 minutes of questions. If you want, you can request to be a guest. So yeah, that's it. So Irwar in Avatar, we need circumcision, but circumcision can no longer continue being just about cutting off the tip of the penis. We need to bring back the initiation part of circumcision. We need our children to learn how to deal with pain, because this is a very painful world. How does your boy child cope with loss? Imuratumire irua marake inokire na ithemba nimwa marehe mucii muthuri wa mwene ucio agiaga gukira rucio ri tutwe matamau ri kana the next week. Is that boy in a position where he can take the mantle of that home? No athi hari gure ouna mushobe tondu niwe gitoka kia mucii ucio, niwe first born alidi mucii ucio. Can he? He cannot. Why? He has not been initiated. It's a painful conversation, but we have to teach our boys how to take over when their fathers are dead, because they are the firstborns. You see movies where children take over and they even go on revenge. Ama when you bora kanisa. What can we expect in 2024? 2024 is in April 10 next year. I have still so many things to do. Capricorn season is coming. I have to launch something. Aquarius season is coming. I have to strengthen something. Pisces season is coming. I have to end the year, which is the end, which is the beginning, and I can plant again the 12 disciples ritual come 2024. So 2024 is very far away from me. I cannot even speak about it. You can ask me about Sagittarius season. The sun is in Sagittarius. We're in Sagittarius season. The moon moved into Sagittarius. Okay, we're in that month. We're in the 9th month. So in a time you should be in a holiday mood. You should be in a mood whereby you are learning how the year went so far. Because you're not done, you are learning so that Capricorn you can plant. But for Capricorn being the 10th house, your new area, for you, mutakuwa mnapanda kwa serikali. Mutakuwa mnalipa new government licenses. mtakuwa mnalipa mtoto aende the next class, mtakuwa mnalipa new year school fees, mtakuwa mnalipa going to a new semester university. So they make you live in reverse. So you'll be planting for them, they take all the money, happy new year and all that bullshit. But in reality, the sun is moving into the 10th house, which is your knee area. Your knee or your 10th house is a manifestation of your crown chakra or the head. That is how we learn how to create the helmet, by looking at the kneecap. Sifikirie ni coincidence at helmet inakaa your kneecap. There's a reason why you are born with your head between your legs, Libra, in a fetal position, as above, so below. But we have beautiful things coming up, New Year, 2024. I do get what you are saying. You should also be prepared. 2024 will be the year 8. So that you'll be in the energy of number 8 as a collective. What is 8? 8 is a universe in itself. 8 is spending time. That is why metaverse, it's a verse. 8 is a verse. That is why they moved into metaverse. That is the time now where they are going to. And also remember that Pluto went direct Pisces. So in a time of illusions. So they are going to create a lot of illusions. We are in a time now, tukiingia 2024, you are going to see a lot of there'll be a lot of aliens. Remember, there's no aliens coming out of this world. There's no aliens out of this atmosphere. In this world, you have all the 9 dimensions within this world. I'll give you an example. When you take the Rubik's Cube, that is a 4th dimension representation in the 3D. When you're watching a movie in 3D, umeenda theater umevaa 3D glasses, think, stop being dumb at sasa juko kwa theater. Think, what is this you are seeing? Are you telling me that we have a technology where I can see things outside in a 3D form? It feels so real because you're on all dimensions, from 1 to the 9th dimension. Everything is inside this atmosphere. The same way, the 1st to the 9th dimension is in the next atmosphere, the next interaction, or what you call water cycle, what you call beyond the firmament. Pia hiyo iko na 1 to 9. Okay? That is why right now you have 3D cameras. Unatembea na kamera inakuchukua from all directions. Like that guy who's always riding that unicycle na vitu kama hizo. So all the way to where you have 1080 HD definition, 720, you have hizi vitu uko nazo. You have all these capabilities. It's just that their level, for you, you may not see them because your level of awareness is so low. You have such a low level of awareness that you are not aware of these other things, but they're out there. If you want to expand your awareness, unaweza zijua, mtu anaweza kuja kuambia, kwa nini tunaochingi sinema na 720? Kwa nini inaitwa 1080? Hii technology iko juu na inaitwa HD, high definition. Au utamuangalia tu hivi, you're like, do you want to know the real reason? Do you want to sit down and learn the esoteric meaning behind the reason? Ndio ujue kuna watu in this world, they are 100 years ahead in technology. Sasa nini ndio mko hapa? The white people can't wait to come to Africa to go off grid. The most paid content out there ni ya going off grid. In Africa, you can't wait to be in gated communities. Na hiyo wazungu walijaribu kikawaramba. Wakati wa hiyo homa ya uongo ilikuwa, mliona watu wanakaa na njaa hapa Kilimani. You are in a 7 million house, hata maji ya kunywa hauna. Kwa sababu umeambiwa hiyo ugonjwa maji hamwezi letewa. So the white people have already been there. So they are trying to move from there. Wewe ndio mnakimbilia kwenda kuscan macho yenu hapa. So Africans will always enslave themselves and blame it on the white people. Na ni msiba wa kujitakia. Nasemanga mkuki wa kujidunga hauna dawa. Someone, I love your teachings, but sometimes mimi who float learning each time I come across your video. Shout out to you. And shout out to your big minds. May your mind be as expanded so that we can also learn from you. So of course expect growth in 2024. That will be in April 10 kwenda huko. Learn to be in the world but not of this world. This world is not your world. Munaibanga hapo. I think I have niko na sahani ya Chari Pride hapa. The big Santuri. This home is not my home. Sijui and I'm just passing by. Munaibanga hivyo. Venotito neko etokera. Because this world view is not your view. It has its owners. The people who have created its pillars that support it. And you can use those pillars. You see, the problem is that you fight something you're not aware of instead of learning and then working with it. You are not in competition. You cannot win. These people are 6,000 years ahead of you. These people are, in today's time, in technology, 100 years ahead of you in technology. Unafurahishwa na drone. Sahii wewe hata hujaiweka internet kwenyu. Sahii ni wena karauta. Data wikiro ne jedina maji kira internet. Ikiro ni poa ni ega. Gani ukwede ya Safaricom? Ikira MTN. Wacha na MTN. Weka sijui zuka. You see? Yet, their internet is in the sky. Mnaita Skylink. What you think Elon Musk is doing is not the internet. Hiyo ni yenyu. There's already another system that they are using to map the world. Ask yourself, how are they able to get coordinates, latitude and longitude that you read back in 1970 in your books? Walikuwa wamepima aje? Walikuwa wamekuja na futi wakaeka chini. Wewe, Kironzo, weka hapo, pima. Imekuja ngapi? Latitude 79. Aya, pigilia kijiti hapo twende kwa msitu. No, it was mapped from the sky. The satellites they threw up there. When it comes to internet ya Starlink ya Elon Musk ni yenyu. We already have another internet system operating already. They are 100 years ahead of you, technology-wise. Your melanin is not helping you in any way. Because your melanin is not even what you were told it is, G6 carbon protons. Now you are You have been lied to from day one. What you call melanin is a pigmentation. My skin color is a pigmentation because I was born in a place where we have the sun. So as a result, we have manifested a pigmentation for the sun. This location, we are closer to the sun, that chakra you are calling the sun, that event. So by default, having been born here so many times, if another spirits come here, they have to be born through people who have this pigmentation. This is not melanin. Melanin is something you produce. And most of you are not producing melanin because melanin is something that you can say you have charismatic gifts. Someone like Eminem. Eminem is white, but he has melanin because he raps like a black person. Anytime you see someone do something better than the people in that place, he has melanin. Melanin 6 carbon, 6 protons. Hiyo ulikuwa unajua aje? Na wao ndio walikufunza. Nani alikufunza carbon? Nani alikufunza proton? The 666. Melanin is, kazi yako ni kuregurgitate, itaitangwa regurgitation. Unatapika ile knowledge ulipewa hata una yako. Hujafikiria uende ukae chini useme wait a minute. These people have told me carbon melanin ni expensive Wakaniambia ni 6 protons of carbon 6 proton 6 proton. Then why is it expensive? See, they can make it. They can get 6 protons of carbon. They can get now a mix. Wataka kuniambia Mwafrika tu ni anatengeneza. Okay, if it is so expensive, why am I suffering? Why do I have to go and mine gold? I can give them my foreskin. Iko na melanin enough. How many grams of melanin? Unataka tuulize Google. Shout out to Matia, but we can map in our own ways. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to do something really fucked up right now. I'm going to ask melanin how many grams are in a black man's foreskin. How many grams of melanin are in a black man's penis? So, listen to these lies. The average black person has almost $40 million worth of melanin in their going rate. Listen to those lies. $40 million worth of melanin. Let them come and take all my melanin. and give my family $40 million. I don't care. Take all that money, take all my melanin, I'll die to have $40 million in our family. I will die for that. So it's worthless. Hakuna kitu kama melanin worth $40 million. That's how you know it's a lie. And you have swallowed the lie. Oh my God, Yet, when you go to Science Direct, wanasema vizuri sana. Kwanza imeniambia ati niongea ati are you a robot? Confirm. Imagine. Nimeingia hapa imeniambia please confirm you are human by completing the captcha challenge. Verify that you are a human. So a computer, a machine is telling me to verify I am human. We're already in the age of AI. But where's the Yona? Imagine my phone now is telling me to verify I am a human. My phone is AI. Is now controlling me. So according to them, the quantitative and qualitative data of the pigment cells of adult human epidemics. Nikwambia inaitwa pigment. Nimekwambia inaitwa pigment. There's even materials and methods. I would suggest you go and read this. There's even a table of the right ear, sex, male, upper foreman, number of melanocytes. Tutaongea siku moja about melanocytes. In fact, I'm going to send this file to watu kwa soul group. Jenga na jenga. Let me send it to some people wanaweza soma. No, there's no need. Let me just send it to one person who would be interested in that. The rest of you, I don't think. So, melanin, if melanin was so pricey, I would gladly give my pinky finger. They can take all my melanin, waiache ikiwa ya black, iache ikiwa albino. Because I can go to a tattoo artist, ichoro yote black, na hakuna mtu atajua. It's a trick. Even if it was true, your family wouldn't get that $40 million. Hakuna kitu kama melanin being expensive. But Africans, you are made to feel special. Oh, we are strong. We have melanin. Are you ruling the world? Do you own a single bank with your melanin? No, you don't have. You don't have a single bank. Do you own any sports? You don't own any sports. Football is not even yours. Akina World Cup, Akina Blatter. You don't own. Do you have any religion? No, you don't have a religion. The Roman Catholic Church is not your religion. The Orthodox are not your religion. The Presbyterians are not your religion. So your melanin again is worthless. Do you have any education? No, it is their PhDs. It is their Oxfords. Amuna African University, at African Nazarene University, nafunza masomo yao. So you don't have anything. So someone lied to you that your melanin is expensive. So you die thinking you're expensive. Or the people who don't have the melanin are controlling the world. Look at the Arabs running the world in the deserts. Because they believe in hard work. But someone lied to you. Inaitangwa psychological war, mental slavery. Someone lied to you. Africans, you have melanin. So you believe, so you don't want to work hard. Si niko na melanin. Uko na melanin, unafanya kazi ya kuosha choo. Mwenye unaoshia choo ana melanin. So what is wrong with you Africans? Someone lied to you. Totally. You have to unlearn everything. Remember, your history was written by them. It was written by them. So do you think they would get you or give you the truth? Nimekuambia kama hii kidole iko na melanin worth $1 million. I don't want it. Come and take this finger. You can tell anyone who harvests melanin akuja achukue hii. Akuja atoe hii ngozi yote, aiache ikiwa albino. I'm going to tattoo it with my $1 million. I don't care about the skin color if it is not changing the lives of our people in any way, shape, or form. I'm gladly going to sell my melanin and start a school. Can start my own school. I can start my own foundation. I don't need to be like Samido to have all the money stolen by the government people in front of your eyes donating to Samido Foundation. One of their own. One of the people selected to keep you entertained and distracted. Why don't you take all that money you are giving Samido and sink boreholes kama Mr. Beast? But mko hapo, Samido Foundation, Mr. Beast akichimba kisima, munakasirika. Anakuja kutukumbusha tuko na shida na una maji. Your melanin is worthless. Someone lied to you. Fuck melanin. And then you have fake woke spiritual people. You know your melanin is the connection to the God. Which weak gods? Gods that make people rule me. I don't want a God that makes people treat me like shit. Who wants that kind of religious bullshit or God? Chinese and Ukrainians have their own banks. Yeah. Even apartments. Yeah. Wewe ujaribu kununua kitu Ulaya. You can't. You can only hide your money in overseas. Like the politicians you are. The rich people are the most spiritual people. You don't even know. Akina Elon Musk, they are practicing their rituals. You guys, you cannot create your own communities. You are going to cheerleaders. People create their own soul group, their own communities, their own political classes. Muko hapo, wabui wanyo tumutogori wa yuthi. Where is she now? After Gulanu Kalalu, munamusikianga. She's home breastfeeding with her children, with her family. Uliachwa na nini? Nothing. Just a voter's card. As you wait for 5 years to go and do the same mistakes again, thinking that voting is going to change for you, anything for you. Okay? Like when spiritual chizapu to me your knowledge to get rid. They are fake work, like I said. Those spiritual teachers are fake work, and then they have to be paid. The one who are kicking what they want them to kick. Those ones they are. Unaona sasa moon in Virgo. Everyone is calling me, connecting. Everyone's what has sijaongea now for so long. They want to connect. So those will be the energies for you. So the moon in Virgo means you are going to have a lot of connecting energy. So this is your 6th house, what you call Virgo, your Maria Immaculate. So this will be your energy to bend over backwards for people. So you're going to have a lot of exes calling you Leo. A lot of your exes mliachana watakupigia simu Leo, wanting you to bend over backwards so that they can come and fuck you one last time because maybe they have a dry pussy or a dry dick na vitu kama hizo. So today and tomorrow, moon in Virgo. So understand these energies. Ndio ukipigiwa leo na ex, usikirie ni upendo, ujue moon in Virgo, Jengali tuambia leo ni 6th house. It is the ability to bend over for someone or how much you are willing to stand your ground. Au your ex ananipigia, najua tu ni nyegi yako na unakata hiyo simu. That's how you understand these things. So these people you are calling spiritual people, anyone on social media with over 500,000 followers, kicking spirituality is fake. The reason amefika hapo ni kwa sababu they want that message na peana mufollow. They want you to go with that. Real knowledge is suppressed. People used to be killed for this knowledge. Ni sasa. At this rate, our people need to be told the truth. No, people don't like the truth. Regardless, we'll speak about it. People don't like the truth. The reason we kick this knowledge is not because people know. People know. People know ni uongo. Watu wanajua ni uongo. Watu wanajua alikuwa anafunika upuzi mapua. Juu kama homa haiwezi kushika nje, kwani ukifunga dirisha kwako hakukuwa kunaingia hewa. So people know it was bullshit. But people have been taught to obey. Your followers, the people who lead you, they tell you. They lead, you follow. Si kupenda kwenyu. People don't like the truth. The truth hurts. Truth hurts. People would rather go and tithe and be made to forget their problems for 3 hours on a Sunday. Then on Monday they are back in traffic as they wait for Sunday. Truth hurts. And people like being lazy. It's like the spirit likes catastrophic events. So the spirit will let you be lazy until you get evicted from your house. So that the spirit can say, see, I told you you ain't shit. It's like your spirit is always trying to remind you that you ain't shit. Okay? So it's not about telling people the truth. People already know. People know these things. They know. How many shares on this video? 9 shares on this video. You uko hapa una watch, you think this is good information. You have not shared the live. You're afraid of sharing because you don't want to be seen. You're watching Jenga wa Mudhaka. Your spirit is like, don't share that knowledge. Hiyo tu inakuonyesha. It's called a social experiment. 40 people watching. We are not even at 40,000 likes. We've been here for over an hour. So people know. You think people don't know? People know. Now that I said people are not sharing, ona sasa moja ametoka. Amesikia, ai, nimeguzwa, sishei, ametoka. People know. You know? But we don't do this for the people. We do it for one person who is going to learn the message. Okay? So it's not about even you. Even I don't, even me, it's even for me, it's nothing. Okay? 100 years of China humiliation was ended 40 years ago. No Western fake democracy. Now richer. Yeah. There's someone in the comments, aliniambia, she's very intelligent. She told me, yeah, it's a she. She told me that the Chinese were given a target. They were told, have at least one product, just one, hata kama ni kalamu. Have someone in the world use something from China, hata kama ni kalamu. That was the vision of their leader. Let's have a Chinese product at the corner of the whole world. It doesn't matter kama ni straw, toothpick. Let's just have something from China around the world, hata kama ni kalamu. Welcome to Chinatown. And shout out to the big minds in the space. That one was a hard one. I was like, oh shit. I not even thought about it like that. But it's true. Everything is China. Muko na China Center, Thika Road. Do you have a Kenya Center or a Nairobi Center in China where you sell vitu kiondo? China huko na kujanga napiga picha Kariakoo, mnampeleka Kariakoo. Oh my God. We driver taxi unajisikia sana ukiwa na wazungu ama wa Chinese. We maraya magure tika kumadhubura ni customer. Wanapiga vitu zenyu picha. Wanaenda China, wanatoa kihuri ya plastic. Wewe unakuja ukasirika. They are stealing everything. Mbona huku umetoa kihuri ya plastic? Mbona huku umeadvance wewe utoe kihuri ya melanin? Nani alikataza kupika melanin? Utoe kihuri itakuwa inaoshwa kwa rorashio ama kwa hoteli. You see, you don't want to upgrade. You still want to be in the kihuri old school. Na si ati ni mbaya, niko nazo. But you could have become a billionaire. Kuliko ngojea China akutengenezee. Kwanza wewe uende soko utengeneze yako huku. Nani alikukataza kutengeneza kihori? Now you are hating on the Chinese. Oh, the Chinese they copyrighted kiondo. Nani alikukataza kucopyright wewe? Enda hapa Nairobi, copyright any word you want. Yosugoi master alienda akaeka ile jina mambo ni matatu. Si alienda akacopyright. Nani alikukataza you can copyright anything. Okay? Shout out to Andrew Robinson. Living in Switzerland. Shout out to the Switzerlands. You are not a Jamaican singer living in Switzerland. Okay? Maybe Switzerland was your hometown before, but you were born in Jamaica, but you are from Switzerland. When you learn spirituality on a deeper level, you'll stop associating with ancestral curses, because maybe Switzerland is your ticket for you and your family. But since you are still associated with ancestral curses of thinking you're from Jamaica, okay? Jamaica is just a homeland. Even if you have ancestors there, you grew there, but now you belong to Switzerland. So do as much as you can to build in Switzerland, so that now you can even bring people from Jamaica back to Switzerland. Or you can trickle the money from Switzerland back to Jamaica. But stop associating yourself with locations, especially if the locations come with baggage. I'm in Nairobi, Kenya. Okay? Where we have the imaginary equator. They tell you, when you Google the equator, it tells you it's an imaginary line. It's not even there. So I'm from Kenya. I was born in Kenya in this year 7, this lifetime. However, that doesn't mean that if I'm going to incarnate or reincarnate, I'm going to reincarnate to the same space. I will reincarnate into my memory. So whichever spirit, it doesn't matter whether it is in a human form or a deity or whatever star, constellation, the only thing that I'm going to reincarnate or incarnate into will be the same thing that will have my mind as a memory. So that can mean I can even be born in another family out of this country, as long as we'll be vibrating in those high vibe. those expanded mindsets. And shout out to you being in Switzerland. And shout out to you being Jamaican. I have a Jamaican girlfriend. She's in the US, Atlanta City. I haven't seen her in 8 years or even more. Okay? So, big family there. Shout out to her. So, sometimes we attach to ancestral curses that don't even belong to us based on the language or based on our upbringing. Yet, that is their generation. That is their story. That's not your story. Every generation has their own story. And they know this. So every generation for them, they cultivate you using that energy of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Okay? So the cartoons that they create are based on those alignments, based on that generation. So the people who grew up with Tom and Jerry, the grandmothers who grew up with the newspapers, your mothers who grew up with VOK. So every generation has got its own spiritual, what you can call spiritual timeline. But they know this, but they keep you down by the comedies they show you, the movies they show you, the entertainment they give you, the education. That is why your education keeps changing from 844 to 644 to Bible, whatever. It doesn't matter. It will keep changing. But it's not changing because you are becoming dumber. No, it's changing to work with the times. Right now, your children are watching Roblox. You don't even know why they are watching Roblox. You cannot even understand why our children watching two-dimensional cartoons. I thought it would be advanced to our children watching three-dimensional cartoons. What is happening? Yes, they have to be dumbed down. They have to be cultivated through what they are watching, through their YouTubes. And they have to make sure that now the TVs that come are smart TVs so that you can connect to their tubes, internet. So your children are going up with baby shaturu and all those cartoons. But it's based on Uranus, Pluto, and Neptune, the alignments. So when your children are going to dream, they dream based on the cartoons that they were shown, but the cartoons are based or made according to as above, so below. Where are those planets? Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So everything is planned. So don't be stuck on locations. Mimi siwezi toka Kenya. Kwa nini? Live. I'm going to die for a country. Who said there's a country? It's an imaginary line. There's no borders. You go to Tanzania, the animals close to Kenya, eat, go back. The birds fly from here to Europe. The sparrows. They put markers and trackers on birds. They follow the whales thousands of kilometers when it comes to human beings. Ati niko Kenya ni kwetu. Na nani? It is an imaginary line. There's no borders. People prayed witchcraft on you and made you agree to sign visas and papers to the point you can rudi kwenyu. Kwenyu kwa nani? Ambia mtu rudi kwa wapi? It's witchcraft. It's mental slavery. There's nothing like borders. You are trapped. Munasema ni El Nino. It's not El Nino. How comes the animals are not being swept by El Nino? They know to move to highlands. They know every 7 years we have a flooding. But you can't move. You built. You are permanent. You stopped moving. You believe in countries, in counties, in cities, in towns, in gated communities. So when I look at the world, I think the animals are even more free than you. Wewe unakaa hapo nyumba inapelekwa na maji, kwa nini huwezi hama? You bought the land. Someone told you bought the land. People used to move from here to Egypt there. You'd move and settle anywhere. The moment you built cities, you built blocks or prison blocks. But for you, you think ni technology. You think it's advancing. It's trapping yourself more. But you're not ready for this conversation. And I'm not saying don't buy land. No, where I live, I grow my own food. Everything from the vegetables to my beehives to my animals. Okay? So I'm not saying Don't buy land. In fact, right now, create communities and buy big tracts of land. You saw your president gave away 50,000 acres? I told you. Carbon tax is here. You create communities, you buy big lands. 50 acres of land, mupande miti. Mutalipwa miti. That is the road we are going into. Stop letting Bill Gates anakuja nanunua shamba yenyu yote hapa mnakimbilia plot za 50 by 70. You have to come together. Even as a spiritual group, race group, for you to ascend, it will be a collective mindset. Let no one single alchemist akwambia tunaweza exit hii world peke yako. You are not going to exit alone. We are going to pull you down here. Just thinking about you, tutakurudisha hapa chini. You cannot escape the matrix alone. We have to do it together. Hiyo ni mitango rapture in the Bible. AKA, we all have to see the world after a few, maybe 1,000 years, hopefully. Maybe we don't extend it too much. Where you see the world the same way, but from each their point. And so this sun, or the event you call the sun, will have no option but to implode and stop giving us its individuality, the being we are in, the lunar being we are in, na vitu kama hizo. Ni sasa. So stop associating with generational curses that have got nothing to do with you. Just because you are born into a certain culture, you start associating with that curse. You're a different generation. Shosho yako kama alikuwa analipa, hiyo ni different generation. Wao ndio wanajua kwa nini walikuwa wanalipa. Every generation. So you associate with generational curses without knowing. Yes, you can determine where to reincarnate. You are going to reincarnate into your brain, your mind, the mindset you have created, the memory that you have. If it is bullshit, you are going to incarnate into bullshit. If it is clear and expanded, you are going to reincarnate into clear and expanded, or incarnate. That's how you know where you're going. You can actually create. There's even, one day we'll do a video on how to die. You should know how to die. You should die with a smile. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. He died with a smile. Every time you die with women around you, maybe one sitting on you, you go straight to heaven. Ijalishi kama ni Viagra ulikuwa unatumia, you go straight to heaven. Because you died in your highest natures and you are happy, you are light, you felt accomplished. Hata kama ni pussy, it was an accomplishment. You are having the time of your life. You are in your own heaven. Understand life. Usianze kusema ati he goes straight to heaven. His heaven. His heaven doesn't have to look like yours. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. And anybody who has died with a hard-on, with a woman on top of him, they all go to their heaven. Heaven is not what you think. Heaven is a place where everything is light. You don't have too many trials and tribulations. And death feels like an orgasm. Ukae ukijua hivyo. That is why your father had to have an orgasm for you to come to this world. Because death is transformation. You go through something. Sasa. Okay. So I think you don't have any questions? Oh, hii video ilianza na nini? We are talking about the divine masculine. Sasa una venye tumeenda mbali. From the divine masculine, sasa tuko maneno ya dying with an erection, going to heaven. See how beautiful esoteric knowledge is. You can't stop yourself. You just ajipatanga tu unaingia tu mboko after another, after another, after another. Shout out to everyone in the comments. Do wish you enough deaths, enough small deaths today for the people who are going to have small deaths today, the people who are destined to have orgasms today. Learn the difference between a climax and an orgasm. A climax is when you reach the peak, when you reach the top of something. Okay? Define a climax.
This is the definition of climax. The most intense, exciting, or important point of something. The culmination.
So a climax is the most intense, the most exciting. Sasa hizo ndio umejikanyagia kujikanyagia your elbows. You are having carpet burns because you're having sex on the floor. Even on your knees. So the most intense, the most exciting or important point of something, the culmination of something. She was nearing the climax of her speech. So a climax is a peak, a pinnacle, a height, a high point, a crescendo, the music getting to the top, a finale, a high spot, a high watermark. So when you squat, that's not an orgasm. That's a climax. You can't hold it. You are the peak, the best part. Okay? Now, we are going to define an orgasm. Define an orgasm.
This is the definition of orgasm. The climax of sexual excitement, characterized by intensely pleasurable feelings centered in the genitals and, in men, experienced as an accompaniment to ejaculation.
You see? So now, when you have an ejaculation, now you have reached an orgasm. So this is the climax of sexual excitement. It has to be sexual. Characterized by intensely pleasurable feelings centered in the genitals. It has to be in the genitals, not anywhere else. And in men, is experienced as an accompaniment to ejaculation. Example, she managed to achieve an orgasm. Now, an orgasm, esoterically speaking, okay, is from the Greek word organ, which means to swell or to be excited, or what you call orgasmos, or orgasmus in modern Latin, or in French, orgasme. So, it's even talking about parisoma, excitement, and I wanted the hormonal part. So during orgasm, your body releases dopamine, which is known as the feel-good hormone, and something that is called oxytocin, or what you call the love drug. That is why ukikam, munashikana. That love drug, that comes from oxytocin. It's not love. No, your body has released dopamine and another hormone called oxytocin, or the love drug. So unasikia ni kama unapenda mtu. So these hormones, they increase the feelings of happiness and other positive emotions. So remember, you create from the emotional. So when you attain an orgasm, this is emotional. This is the heart area, the care energy. If you attach the right dreams and imaginations into that emotions, happy emotions being released when you're receiving the dopamine and the oxytocin, the love drug, then as an alchemy, as a sex, this is now sex magic. You are going to hurry up or speed up that which you want to manifest, and you don't have to know how it's going to come. You don't need to know the person, place, or thing, the situation, or the circumstance, how it comes. No, you just have an image on what you want to attain, and if your sexual partner is in agree with you, so this will also talk about sexual energy on a deeper level, so that when you can also tell when someone has a dark aura when it comes to sex energies na hizo vitu kaa hizo. So at that particular moment, after the climax, when you get to the orgasm, you have to dedicate that good feeling, that emotional, keyword emotion, which is your emotions, which is your emotions and feelings, that Cancer area, the heart area, your Jerusalem, or the Noah's Ark. So you have to attach that waters, those waters is like the story of Moses, to whatever dreams, imagination, or illusion that you have, and let it go. You don't even have to know how it's going to come to you. Usi expect a check, usi expect a gari. No, just let it go. The power of creation. Kwa sababu, when you are making a baby, you usually don't know whether it's a boy or a girl. Unaendanga kuscan ndio ujue. Wewe ndio uliingiza. You're the one who went inside there. You're the one who ejaculated, but you still don't know what you made. Na ni wewe, mkiwa na bibi yako, ni nyinyi. But hamjui, mnangojea scan. The same way, when you're doing sex manifestation, all you need is the vision. Whatever comes, you don't know how it's going to come. As long as it is good feelings, itakuja. Ni sasa. I told you leo that's another person hajanipigia for so long. Leo ni Moon in Virgo. Watapiga leo. Watapiga. Wengi watapiga. Mengi yamesemwa much is poisonous, nasemanga muda ni mwingi or something, whichever comes first. I think mimi nasemanga reverse, mambo ni mengi, muda ni mchache. Muda ni mwingi, mambo ndio machache na vitu kama hizo. So you are going to end the live. Shout out to everyone who came to the space. If you're not supposed to associate yourself with generational curses, no one stops goat sacrifice. Why? When do you charge a goat sacrifice? You see, it's not about the collective. Until they stop the goat sacrifices, it's business for them. There's money there. So they can continue with the goat rituals. The goat rituals don't have to be so many. When you're using the life of a goat, you are sacrificing what you call a king's life. Or you're sacrificing a babe. Anyway, story for another day. Hiyo itaanza mtanyingiza mbo wengine, staki mbo wengine saa hizi. Shout out to Andrew Robinson. Shout out to Andrew Robinson. Follow the creator. I'm going to follow back. Invite Kare Katrina. Invite Wanjiro Series. Invite Yeshinga Ann. My African ancestors might have been in Switzerland before. Of course. And don't even call them your African ancestors. You see, that's the thing. Don't even call them, don't even specifically label them as African ancestors. Just say your spiritual predecessors could have actually been the founders of Switzerland. Maybe hata umerudi nyumbani Switzerland. Because nyinyi ndio mnasemanga the Moose ruled. Nyinyi ndio mnasemanga the blacks were the first in the Everest. Nyinyi ndio mnasemanga the blacks were in America. Because people didn't go to America in ships, all of them. Kuna wenye walikuanga huko black. So stop associating yourself with generational curses. If something is working for you, go for it. Get on that plane. Live with your family. Your spiritual predecessors who said they were in a human form. What makes you think that your ancestors were in human form? They could have been in higher spirits, over souls, gatekeepers. Okay, spiritual predecessors. Your spiritual predecessors could be the moon. Ile moon unonanga inje. That planet you could be. For example, I'm a midheaven Taurus. Okay, that means I'm a Pleiadian. Midheaven means 15 degrees Taurus. That means I'm coming from the eye of the bull, or what you can call the Aldebaran constellation. That by default makes me a Pleiadian. I didn't even know why I like making these videos for so many years now. Over 8 years. I didn't even know why. I've gotten so many accounts banned. I've had so many blog spots taken away from me. But still, I find myself caring for this hell until I realized, oh wait, you're a Pleiadian, and Pleiadians care about this chakra because this is the closest chakra to them. So now that I know, I'll get to a point I'll be like, fuck humans. Because now I know. You know when you know you are powerful. I get to a point I'll be like, si lazima niende live. Now I know kwa nini nashindanga nikivutiwa. These people, now. So once you know your spiritual predecessors, then you know. And the Kikuyus, they don't even know. Most of the Kikuyus are Pleiadians. My love for flowers since I was young. I must be a butterfly. So if there's no question, I have 8 minutes. Or if you want us to continue, you can give me a bathroom break. You know, I was drinking water, so I need a quick bathroom break. I can go for a quick bathroom break and come back and continue. But you tell me, because I still have like 15 minutes to go, 12 minutes actually. So in the comments, if you want me to end the live, I can end it. If you want me to go take a bathroom break, come back, whichever. But I still have 12 minutes. Maybe for those 12 minutes, you have a question that you can ask. Mogoro Wero Wari, shout out to you. Let's take a break. So I go for a bathroom break? Okay. Give me 8 minutes. Coco, wanna go and enjoy the sun? Kuja Coco, go and enjoy the sun. Go and enjoy the sun. What dog? Stupid dog. He's gone. And we are back. Just like that, we are back. So, shout out to Key, take a break, then come back. I thought you guys were talking when I was gone. Hamukuendelea kuongea. I thought you'd have a conversation going on. I thought you'd catch up with everyone. Shout out to Key for the roses. I thought you guys would be catching up. No? Sasa hii ni nini? Naona kakitu hapa ka TikTok kanakaa. Street 018 Chronicles sent a treasure box. Who is this now? Open. 16 viewers can collect these coins by opening the treasure box. No purchase is necessary. What is this now? 1 coin collected. What? Congrats. You can use the coin in live videos, for example, to send gift. I have no idea what that Street Chronicles thing is. Shout out to Street Chronicles. So we have a few minutes for questions. Wangeshi joined. Shout out to Wangeshi for joining. So like we said, you can ask any questions. We want us to make it interesting. Today is Monday. So it being a Monday, I'm going to take, just because I'm feeling, I'm the father. I'm the father madam. So we're getting there. So I'm going to take 3 dream questions or dream interpretation questions. But I'm going to pick them on this criteria. Before you type, you have to listen. Before you type your dream question, you have to listen. Because if you type na utakuwa umefanya hivi, I'm not going to do it. If you have a dream that is really, really bothering you right now, this dream has to be something that keeps recurring, not just a normal dream. You have to type the dream with as much details as possible. Usiniambia hapa ati naota na nyoka, hiyo ni nini? I'm not going to get into that. Don't tell me that I was dreaming being chased by a man with a red hat. You have to be as specific as you want. So I'm going to take 3. So let's go. 3 dream interpretations. And maybe I even need to put on my sunglasses. Because when I dive into the dream world, I don't want to burn everything with my eyes. You have eyes that someone is asking, can you harvest energy? What energy? The question is what energy? I told you, everyone is calling. That's another demon calling me. That's another demon calling me. Let me text them as you write your dream. Nimwambia niko live. So, like we said, let's get into it. 3, it's a gift. It's a gift. Claim your gift. I've been gifted. Nimeona watu wamenipea roses hapa. Hata kama ni roses kidogo. I appreciate all the gifts coming through, so I'm also going to give a gift back. 3 dream interpretation. Ndotete muthuri wakwa akomete na mutumia ungi mukuru maita matatu. That's a beautiful dream. So when you dream that your husband is sleeping with other 3 women, okay? You see, they are older women. So your husband, muthuri waku ndara represent muthuri ucio waku mukomaga nake. Muthuri ni ki? Muthuri ni riciria ria rigutongoragia. So you are dreaming with a thought. You have a thought. You are a female. Okay? So you have a thought, and it's a beautiful thought, but it's an older thought. Unahenda riciria ukoragwo nario rikuru no korwo warianjirie wi high school kioneki kaundu ungika no urotaga riciria riu rigikoma na mundu ungi. So your dream, you do not water your dream. You do not go for that thought. As the female, the woman, you are not following that thought. You are not agreeing to that business that you want to open. Most probably this is what you call, for lack of a better word, this is what you call either a salon ama a boutique. Unaweza comment hapo kama ni ukweli. So kuna business you have always wanted to start but you always fall short. So you'll always dream that your husband, that thought, that masculine, that thought, that Gikoyo, that Sonic the Hedgehog is sleeping with an older woman, is sleeping, your thought is sleeping, your thought is interacting with an older feeling. So that older feeling is no longer effective. It's old and gone. So you need now to open your business into today's society. Whatever business you have now, kama ni business uko nayo, uipeleke digital. We're in the new world. Ni sasa? Dreaming with those people in power, for instance, Uhuru was so-called president, the YP, you're achana nayo. You're only having dreams of people in leadership because, so when you have a dream where you're leading with either a superstar or someone in leadership, it's a calling to you to work harder or to not sleep on the job or to self-improve or to that kind of energy. Hiyo ndio hiyo. I wake up in the middle of the night and I see animals sitting on the couch. Wewe unaamkanga unaziona, hiyo si ndoto. Three more questions on dreams. Naona hakuna mtu ameuliza. Ndio nimejibu. I'm feeling generous. It's a Monday. I'm feeling generous. 3 more questions. 3 more questions and keep the gifts coming and keep sharing the life. And someone pin my number there. Someone pin my number there for donation. I need fuel. I have to go and see my woman. Let's continue. I have to check something really fast. Now, chatune kama kuna mtu umepika. Huyo umesema hiyo si question. Me having a baby girl and she is always hungry. Feed that girl. Sako her. Mpe matiti. Mpe titi. Mpe nyonyo. Ay. Mpe titi. My connection with flowers. If I'm in any good moods and seeing flowers, dream of flowers planting. You see dream. Jenga, I have 2 boys, but nikiota, they always become girls. So for that one now, your boys are masculine, but every time you dream, they are becoming what you call feminine. So you have what you call 2 Moses. This is a descended thought, okay? So you have a thought that came from an original thought, a descended, a baby boy, a Moses, and every time unaona wakikua a river or the story of the river or the Moses. So look at it like this. Your dream, okay, to understand your dream, go and read the story of Moses and leading his people to Canaan. So that is your dream. Lead yourself and your people to Canaan. Don't lead your people to distraction. Don't be lost for 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. Sasa, dreaming with rivers and streams that I'm unable to cross. Those are chaotic emotions and feelings that are too much for you. They are overwhelming. So these are from your mother's side, the maternal, either you or the mother-in-laws. They have too much influence on you. They have too many rules. They have too many regulations. Kwa nini uliolewa na huyo ama ukamuoa? So that's the definition of your dream when you're naopta na rivers. Is there spiritual connection with them? Who now? Kuota nikianguka kwa shimo. Sasa unaona. I said I'm not going to answer those kind of dreams questions because that is so easy. That's not a dream for me to interpret. That's disrespectful for me. Kuniuliza swali kama hiyo, that's disrespectful. Nikiota nikianguka kwa shimo. Ukiwa wapi? Shimo gani? Shimo ya choo, shimo ya kisima, shimo ya mtu imechimbwa. Mashimo ni mengi. Shimo ya mwanamke, unaona ukianguka kwa shimo gani? That's why I said such dreams I cannot. I already know, but I'm not going to answer you because I had said give as many details as possible. Na kama umeboeka tunaweza end the live. If you are bored, we can end the live. We don't have to continue. Isikuwe tena mchezo. See, this is the thing with you. You don't like free gifts. You're in a world where even when you're given a gift, you spit in the face ya mwenye amekupea gift. I charge for dream interpretations. I'm giving you a gift because mmeni gift. Mmenipea roses, hata kama ni coins. So I'm giving back. As above, so below. This is gratitude. So when I'm showing you gratitude, when I'm showing grace, don't spit in my face. Wendy ulikuwa umeuliza hapo juu, naona tu next. Wacha nipande hapa juu nione kama ulikuwa umeuliza. Wendy was victimized. Yeah, Wendy was victimized. Where Wendy can see is that dick coming back to her. Shout out to Great Sex. And next, first time he had died. Second time he's getting married. Resuscitation. I have no feelings for him. So that's a good dream. It's not a bad dream. The X is an X factor, so it's something that you have outgrown. Okay, so you have outgrown. It's an X. It no longer matters to you. It's in the past. You have outgrown that. So even if you are to go into that, you will not agree on so many terms and conditions since you have already overgrown or outgrown. Now, the fact that the second time he's even getting married, that shows you that thought form, whoever he was, whatever he represented, has already moved on. So to marry means to merge. So they have already merged with another feeling. Okay? So it's actually now, it has even gained a feeling which makes it heavy. What is a feeling? Heavy. Emotions. Water. Okay? Whatever that thing is, and now it has been married, added on, so it is more dense than before, it is now even lower than you. It's already weighing you down, but you are saying you have no feelings for that. So the best thing to do is to not add any more feelings to that, because every time you think, that's a spark, a light, an imagination, a creature. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So you are creating something, you're paying attention to that thing, and that is becoming a creature that you can attach to those waters to make them heavy. So you have to detach from that, and shout out to that X for giving you that dick those days. Dreamt having a sit down with 3 old men, but I can't remember how they were telling me. So that is a very deep one. Who is this? Karanja. So Karanja, the moment you said 3 old men, those are what you call the 3 mentalities, or what created the Abraham, aka a point of reference from the first time, Brahma, the Asians, and Ham, the thing that became Noah, and the religion that you were given as the. So we are talking about the 3 wise men, or the 3 mentalities. So you are dreaming of sitting down with the 3 old men, but you can't remember what they were telling you. So you are awakening from, and you are detaching from religion, all religions. So you are neither for Christianity nor for Muslim, or umekuwa na hizo thoughts. Kama ni ukweli, you can comment. Kama ni uongo, you can say the same. It's a lie. But that is your dream. The 3 wise men represent the 3 wise men, or the 3 mentalities, or the idea, problem, solution, before you get to the conclusion. And your man, you are not even getting an answer, because you're dreaming with the ABC, what you call the 1, 2, 3, aka you are dreaming with birth, experience, and death. Nisasa, now you get it. Yes, you are right. I was dreaming with uniform primary school, and I was carrying my son, but then I was crawling. Shout out to Gigi. Now, every time you have a dream where you're in a school, or a uniform, or in a form of learning, This can be a college, university, primary, nursery, it doesn't matter. Kana ne uthiete bogoini, kiriraini, gicigiini. The fact that it's a school means you are going there to learn. Okay? So what does that make it? For you to learn, you have to externalize. Remember, you are going to the school, so you are externalizing. That makes it masculine. Okay? So, 3-year-old man, but I can't. Uniform. So, ukiota ukiwa na uniform ya primary, you are dreaming that you are learning. Back in the days, primary school ya miaka ulikuwa, so that would be around ages 6 to 13 or 14. 14. So between the ages of 6 and 14, ndio ndoto yako inatokea hapo. Ati ulikuwa unabeba mtoto wako, lakini you are crawling. AKA, when you are young, between the age of 16, between the age of 6 and 16, and I didn't even want to go here, but now I have to go here. Okay? And this can be abuse. Goge, ne gige gano, ne gige. Gige. So this can be abuse. So this dream is reminding you, this could have been some abuse that happened to you when you are a child also. So someone touched you inappropriately when you are a boy, a child, and then again, in that age when you are in school, you are either sexually molested, abused, or shamed. So to be sexually shamed means you have a parent who keeps telling you are nothing. We kahika muthemba uriku we. We kihiri we. Tukia we na duhana thogu. If it's a woman, we mutumia na basigana. We ukahikio no. Icio ni nyondo gio tidio gitwitira guku. Nyurageire ciero. O ginyire unyoko ndo gina tadi mamu Antonio umirie nyondo. Those kind of abuses. Ni sawa? So that's the reminder to your dream of you going through that kind of abuse. Sasa, there was a lady in my dreams who wanted to open my third eye. She mentioned the word kundulini. I woke up before I could understand what was happening. That lady is going to come back to you, maybe, and open your kundulini. A lady is going to come and open your kundalini. Kundalini. That lady, that feeling is going to come and open your kundalini. So the dream is about so in your dream, you're taking a lot of the physical, what you call the things of this world, to your dream world. Your man umeenda ukapata third eye. But the third eye is your one eye. The third eye is a manifestation of these two eyes. So that makes you the real eye or your ability to realize. So this lady is a feminine figure. So she came to you and was trying to tell you how to realize something that is happening to you. Now remember, you're also a female. So when you have two females come together, what do you create? You create a masculine. So that becomes a thought. Okay? So, you ask, I tell you. If you have a boyfriend or a man, okay? Start exercising the thought of having another feeling working with you. AKA, a second wife or a girlfriend or an ex. Or maybe you are the girlfriend or the second wife. It works both ways. Could be you are indulging with another man or another woman, and there's no problem with that. However, you are now allowing that to weigh down on you. So it is becoming a responsibility because you can do it without allowing it to weigh down on you, without it becoming a responsibility. Ni sawa sawa? Nigadho jega, that's what actually happened in my childhood. Mom alikuwa ananipea traumas. Yeah, so Yeah, so it's all that abuse when you're growing up. Sexual abuse also, touched inappropriately, shamed, being washed by your mom when you felt you're a big boy, but your mom had to embarrass you, anakuosha mbele ya watu, akuweka kwa karaya na kusugua, wasichana wakuchekelea wakicheka, umeanza kutoa pubic hair. Those kind of shamings, it's bad, but then that is the kind of world we are in. We have a lot of it's very abusive, this world. It's very mean, very mean. So yeah, 4 minutes now niende ya ukweli. Mlisema 3 dreams, I kept going. 4 minutes. Sasa, did someone pin my number? Nani alikuwa anaitisha namba yangu? My number, you can take it now. My number is 0720 for WhatsApp purposes, and M-Pesa services also. M-Pesa na WhatsApp services. M-Pesa, I go grab myself a good bottle of whiskey. Simasikia mimi ni collector wa pombe. Get myself a good bottle of whiskey. I can turn my waters to wine. Or I can take that whiskey and put it in my fuel tank. It becomes my fuel. You know what I'm saying? Then I can go see my girlfriend. Oh my God. Then you can create an orgasm the right way. So, put it on the screen as a comment. Cannot comment from my side. So my number is 0720 803 702. Or you can type it. You can type it as a comment. 0720 ndio ikienda huko juu atafute. Kabla hizo 3 minutes ziishe nitoke. 0720 803 702. 0720 803 702. Alikuwa anauliza namba WhatsApp ni hiyo. Ya wale wa booking. It's also the same number for fuel money. Shout out to everyone. Each one teach one. We had a beautiful time. We talked about the divine masculine. We talked about how our boys need to be initiated into manhood. Them losing the foreskin doesn't make them men. That is just a part that is lost. And sasa tumeona bei ya melanin. All these people who are doing circumcision, can they collect all those? They are wasting a lot of melanin. Did you see the price of melanin? So if melanin is expensive, every boy would be getting cut initiation and gifted a mansion. That's how you know melanin is not worth shit. It's worth shit on paper and just talking. Melanin is not skin pigmentation. Melanin is something you produce. So, because you can be born with melanin and still be damp. So, you see? So, yeah. So, we started as talking about the boy child, about initiation, how we need to have ritualistic initiations to initiate our boys first through what you call the spiritual realm, understanding them, coming up with their own spiritual system so that they can be, for lack of a better word, be aware of different ways of how the world works. Initiation is going to help them through the pain of detaching. Now that you are the man of the house, if your father was to pass on, how would you take that responsibility? Preparing their mind, their mindset. We need to create strong men, not weak boys, not wounded masculine. We need men who can make decisions when there is no one else to make a decision, not call for la chama. Tutafanya nini na ni kwenyu. Wacha chama ikuje upate umeamua kila kitu. Umeamua kwenye shimo itakuwa, umeamua kwenye babako watapelekwa hospitali, umeamua kila kitu. All you need maybe is their financial. But not men coming to your home and you are the firstborn, au unakaa chini unaambiwa nini? What can you tell me? I'm the man of the house. My father died, I'm the firstborn. I am in charge. You'll do what I'm saying. You can confirm with me. Keyword, confirm with me. That would have been my father's wishes. Those are the men we want, men who can make decisions. Not bitter men, not wounded men, boys. in men's bodies. We want men who are mysterious, mystics. Not a man he's ako kwa ile basa, ako pale kaskazini. Umeona nani? Huyo mtampata kaskazini. You are predictable. Everybody knows where to find you. There's no mysticism about you. There's nothing spiritual about you. You cannot be trusted. We know where to find you. You cannot disappear to make a plan for the people. You're not virtual. Maybe this is a recording of me. How would you know? Ni live ndio unasema ni live. How would you know it's not a recorded version of me? If I was to record a version of me, how would you know? Because you can record with a green screen and pretend it's alive. Ama itakuonyesha side yako ni live. Even that can be bypassed. I can go live and put another screen mbele ya hii. I can mirror an image when I'm live. So you think I'm live, but I'm not here. All this was recorded. Huh? Huh? Umesikia hiyo? Did you ever think about that? No. You are all in a simulation. So your life is like a simulation. So though you are alive, you say I'm alive in this world, your aliveness is like a live replica of your life. For example, naweza record kitu hapa na green screen. Kama hiyo ndio itakupea conviction ni recording. Then I can connect my phone with another phone, inaitwa NPC or something, where I play my recording, niweke simu ingine hapa, nianze ile live, ichukue screen ya hii recorded, and then niende live, but I'm not here. Niache yangu ikienda live my phone, but inacheza live yenye nilikuwa nimerecord kwa my phone, mirrored onto my phone, na niende. So utakaa mpo tu una like, but una like sasa hiyo yenye ni recording, but on your screen inaoneshana ina like. You get it? Tusiende sana. I think that is enough for today. Do have a beautiful Monday. And shout out to the divine men out there, because si kusema hakuna divine men out there. Even if you talk of toxic masculinity, we still have some divine masculine men out there, though they are limited. So shout out to all my father madams out there who are fighting the real fight. And shout out to the subconscious community and the conscious community and all humankind in general. Shout out to all the demons. Shout out to all the angels, all the entities and deities. Shout out to all of them, because we are not biased. Because I am nothing. However, jitago geteka jegawa muthaka. Mobu iwa bariabu. Love you from the bottom of my heart. Nanidhai.